So I want to be real with you guys for a second, and I'm not doing so well. Um, don't worry, I'm not in danger or anything. It's just the amount of burnout that I've had this semester is completely unprecedented for me, and it's not working. And I'm doing 3 classes and I'm working, and as my classes get harder, I used to be able to mostly coast. Um, But as my classes get harder, it's genuinely very, very hard for me to find any sort of work life balance. And by work, I mean both actual work and schoolwork. Um, it is very, very difficult for me to find that balance. Um, I'm having all of my expenses paid. It's like I don't need to work, but I want spending money. I want to be able to do things. Um, and I am really struggling with that right now. I am struggling to, I am just struggling. Um, and Um, the semester's almost over. I should theoretically be done with everything by Tuesday. But I am struggling to get everything done that I need to get done. I'm struggling to manage my time. I have ADHD, for those who don't know, and my ADHD is unmedicated because I also have severe anxiety disorder, and I can't get the anxiety treated because I have autism, and a lot of psych meds don't work the way they're supposed to because my brain is wired differently. So I can't treat the anxiety because of my autism, and because of the anxiety, I can't take ADHD meds. And everything I've tried to go on for ADHD has had some sort of side effect. Stimulants are completely off the table. Non-stimulant meds, I've gone on Wellbutrin, which is an antidepressant. That med basically just made me super anxious when the dose got jacked up. I've gone on Clonidine, which can apparently help with ADHD. It's a blood pressure med, but it can help with psychiatric stuff. That one just made me have to use the bathroom all the time, and because of that, I stopped taking it. It wasn't pleasant. Genuinely, I have so many personal projects I want to work on in terms of YouTube and outside of it. Um, I want to be very clear when I'm talking about YouTube here. I'm talking about streaming. I want to finish the Mario Marathon. I want to do all the 3D Sonic games. I want to do all the 3D Zeldas. I have so many things that I want to do in terms of streaming. In addition to like my Genshin account, my Woowa account, my challenge accounts on Genshin, and then I want to turn those challenges into videos. Like I want to make videos based on them. Like I have so much shit I want to do in terms of streaming. In terms of video content, I have video essays I want to make. I have I have just videos I want to make. I wanted to do an update to my top 100 K-pop songs of all time. That was supposed to be out in March, but because the K-pop ranking didn't get out till February, and then school happened and life happened. This is why I don't make promises anymore about when things will be out, because I can't keep up to them, and then I feel like absolute dog shit for it. But I have to be honest and say I'm absolutely terrified. I'm extremely stressed about many different things. I'm trying to manage money and finances because of the Switch 2 and not knowing when I'll get that invitation from Nintendo to be able to fucking order the thing. I'm saying pre-order, but it won't even be a pre-order at this point. It probably won't happen till after launch with the way things are going, in my opinion. But I need that money in my account, and I can't overspend. I can't go over budget. I have to be really careful about budgeting, which is something I'm not good at. ADHD impulse spending, baby. And that's just really stressing me out. Now, I'm going to a new school in the fall. I'm scared about that. I'm scared of being away from home again. I'm scared of making friends, social interaction, avoiding the drama. I'm absolutely terrified. I'm terrified of dorm life and having to deal with that. And I'm trying to get accommodations for that, and that whole process is extremely stressful because they want to make things as hard as possible for disabled people. It's just extremely stressful process. My executive functioning is losing it right now. I cannot handle all of my obligations. I have to do all this other stuff I have to do this student loan exit counseling shit. I'm not even paying the loans. My family's paying them for me, but, like, I have to do the fucking thing. I don't want to do that shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's just more shit I have to do. In the next 2 days. Like, I have to study for 2 exams and I have to finish writing assignments. I just feel like I'm losing my mind. And if I fail either of these exams, I'm completely fucked. I won't graduate. And I need to graduate with my associates. I'm already accepted to my new school for the fall. I'm most worried about my Spanish exam, my online asynchronous Spanish exam. My history exam I'm less worried about, but I am worried about it. So it's like, I need to not flunk these exams. And I have to, and I am struggling hard to not completely lose my shit right now. And it's like, yeah, once that's over, I'll be able to breathe, but I'm still just exhausted. My sleep schedule is completely fucked. I haven't been working out for like a week. I haven't been doing my dance. I've completely let that fall by the wayside because of how fucking stressed I've been and I know that's probably making me more stressed, but I don't have time. I feel like I literally don't have time. It's just, I am not getting shit done that I need to get done, and it's stressing me the fuck out. And I just want to be extremely candid and just say, I don't know when or if projects I want to do will get done. I have no idea. I cannot promise anything, nothing. I could never post another video. I'm joking. I'll obviously post gameplay clips. I mean, there's shit that I'm going to post, obviously. When I'm prompted to make something short, like the gnarly video, like, I just really wanted to get that off my chest. But that was an hour. That script took me an hour. Not the whole script, but like the script, the formulation of it, and actually getting the video out took me an hour. That was an hour I could have been doing to do schoolwork. So it's like, I can't. In the fall, I'm going to be taking 4 classes and working and living on campus and trying to have a social life. And I don't know how I'm going to manage that, and I don't think I can. And I'm just really doubting myself because this type of burnout is so unhealthy, and I don't know how to deal with it. I genuinely don't know how to deal with it in a way that is healthy. The only thing I can do is lessen my workload, and I really can't do that feasibly because if I don't work, I'll have no spending money, which in turn will result in no social life, and no hobbies to like relax with. If I stop going to classes full time, it'll take me 3-4 more years to get a bachelor's degree, and I've already been in school for 3.5 years to get an associate's degree. I'm all for going at your own pace, but I really don't want to be in school for 4 more years. I really don't. It's just everything's going to fall by the wayside. I'm just going to lose my mind, and I'm just going to completely go insane, and I don't know how I'm going to handle this. And it is genuinely so stressful. And just thinking about any sort of personal projects right now, I'm just like, I can't even think about that. There's so much I want to do, and the uncertainty of, like, I don't know when I'm going to get a Switch 2. I don't know if I'm going to get a Switch 2 while I'm in college and I won't even be able to enjoy the damn thing. It's just like, I don't know. And there's so much uncertainty. I don't know if I'll be able to stream. Like, I don't know how the Wi-Fi will be in my building, wherever I'm living. I don't know how that's going to work. That is extremely stressful for me. Like, I do not know if it's an actual apartment, do I have to wire my own Wi-Fi? Do the other people who live there have their Wi-Fi wired? How do I pay for it? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm not worried about the money itself. My family knows I need Wi-Fi for school. They're not going to let me not have Wi-Fi. But I mean, in terms of, like, is this a joint payment? Am I Venmoing someone for Wi-Fi? It's just, whose name is it in? If I'm living on campus, do certain buildings even have it? Because that's unclear on the site. Like, and it's just like, I don't know, and I am losing my mind. I am actually losing my mind, and I am so stressed, and there is just so much shit I have to do that even fun things are starting to feel like a chore. Like, oh, there's a concert I'm going to in 2 weeks. It's in fucking 2 weeks. And it's like, oh, I'm working that day, and I have a dentist appointment that day. What the hell? So I won't get a nap that day. I'll be exhausted, and I don't even know if I can get a ride home. So it's just a really fucking shitty situation. I have no friends here to give me rides. My one friend who had a car doesn't have a car anymore. And it's also late at night, and I wouldn't ask them to do that anyway. But yeah, I'm absolutely I just feel sick, and the anxiety is really getting to me. And I'm not doing well at all. And, I would just, like, call out of work tomorrow, but I gotta get groceries. I gotta be at the store anyway. I need the money, because, again, I need that steady income coming in order to not lose money. I already missed a day of work last week, and it's just, I am suffering, and I feel like I'm going insane. And I know, oh, you're doing 3 classes and you're working 12 hours a week. Haha, that's baby easy. Yeah, I fucking know. I know I have no right to complain. But I can't control my brain and my burnout. And, like, this is, like, the thing that people do not see. It is so fucking miserable to be someone who has these issues, and that they can be so debilitating. And this isn't for me to say, like, oh, autism itself is debilitating, or like it's a bad thing or whatever. No, because like autism, you think differently. It's good to be able to have people that think differently. It's really, really important to like society and evolution. And without that, like people who want to shut that down, that's eugenics, and that's bad. But like it's like having autism, having those rigid thought patterns, like in combination with the anxiety, you know, and that kind of thing. That's when it becomes debilitating for me. And it's just and the fact that I can't go on meds for anything because they all just don't work, and it's just all just a vicious cycle. If I go on meds for anxiety, it doesn't do shit. And if I go on meds for ADHD, it makes me more anxious. And you can't go on meds for autism because that's just how your brain's wired. And it's just like, I wouldn't want to go on meds. I wouldn't want to go on a medication to make me neurotypical. That's stupid. But like, it's like this idea of like high functioning, people talk about like, oh, high functioning autism or whatever. It's like, okay, high functioning anxiety, high functioning depression. Like these are things. And oftentimes I don't think I have like a depression disorder, but I think like I get depressed as a result of anxiety. Like depression is like a symptom of my anxiety, if that makes sense. Like when I get really, really anxious, I can get burnt out. I can get super stressed. That can make me feel depressed. Also, I can get like hopeless about the world, or like I can either get like stressed about the state of the world and then become like hopeless about it, or I get like stressed about my own achievements in my own life, and combine with that, like when I see these long threads of like debates about AI and stuff, I get really upset because like it's like one of those things. It's like maybe I should be open-minded because like people didn't at first it's like, oh, the internet's going to take people's jobs away, and it creates new jobs and you learn to adapt to it. And I'm the kind of person, I want to learn to adapt to like new technology. I don't want to be closed-minded about that stuff, but like as a writer, I'm genuinely terrified. As someone who wants to have a job in writing, editing, I cannot work customer service 40 hours a week. And keep in mind, a lot of people have to work more than 40 hours a week in order to make enough money to live, and I can't do that. I cannot work 60-hour weeks. I would literally fucking off myself. I can't do it. I would actually become completely dysfunctional. I would probably just completely have a complete breakdown at work, get fired, and then be homeless. And I did that. That's what would happen. Because I just could not function. Or I would just not wake up and not come in, and then they'd fire me. Yeah, I can't do that. I literally physically cannot do that. And when I say physically, I don't have a physical disability in the sense of like I'm physically fit. Like that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the exhaustion and the burnout will literally fucking kill me. I can't do that. I'm super lucky to have really supportive family, but like they won't be around forever, and that's like a thing too. And it's just like, yeah, that's a whole situation. I guess what I'm saying is that like I need a job, which is low key. I need a job that I can like, use my actual skills, my actual strengths. But I'm hearing like, I just read a YouTube comment where someone was saying like I lost all my freelance writing work to AI, and I'm now a waiter 40 hours a week. And I'm just like, that is my worst nightmare. That is what I'm afraid of. And again, I want to be clear, I'm not hating on waiters. I'm literally a cashier right now. Like I'm a part-time cashier. Like I totally respect the fuck out of service positions. I'm just saying I physically cannot do it full time. I physically can't do it. I just can't. And I just like, okay, maybe we can embrace AI in the sense of maybe you'll have a job about people like developing the AI, but that's not going to favor writers. That's just going to favor like tech people, and I'm not a tech person either. So it's just like, I just feel so useless. I feel useless. And I feel like none of my skills pay off. Even when I do put time and effort into YouTube, it just doesn't pay off. I don't get views on, and I'm not talking about like my streams and stuff. My streams are just for fun. It's just for me. I'm talking about like videos that I put effort into. I've been on this site for 6 years, and I know I should probably just make a new channel because my channel's old and it has cringy old content on it, but like, it's taken me 6 years to get 500 subscribers. I really don't want to get rid of all that. But it's like, I've had this explosion, I've never had this like explosion of popularity or subscribers, and I've lost subscribers, I've made people angry, and it's like, I want to be true to myself, and I'm not going to stay silent about things that I think are important. And stuff like, I don't like Donald Trump, right? It's like talking about the shit that's bad about, and I don't want to stay silent about that stuff. But then people unsubscribe and say I am wrong for, well, they don't say I'm wrong for wanting human rights, but they don't understand right-wing anti-trans rhetoric and how it works. And I'm not going to get into that, but it's just like, it is genuinely so hard. And I want to say, like, all of this stress is like without the other stress I'm having when I'm thinking about the state of the world. I'm thinking about like the AI stuff, but there's also like the political stuff, which I'm not gonna talk about. The like autism stuff. Like, I'm just genuinely afraid they're gonna make genetic technology. They're gonna force autistic people to get genetic alterations that will make them not autistic. And I'm like, yeah, there are lots of challenges with being autistic, but like, it would fundamentally change who I am, and I don't want that. It's like this, it would, I mean, it's not the same as like a lobotomy, but it would feel like that. I feel like it would just be like, you're not the same person anymore. And let alone the ethics of like doing this to babies, or like in utero. Like, I don't even know. It's eugenics, and it's disgusting. And it's like, I guess I'm one of the good ones, because, back in the day, they would have called it Asperger's for like the quote unquote high functioning. And that was a Nazi who was like, I guess the people with Asperger's were the good ones. They were the smart ones, right? And all the other autistic people can go fucking die. And I'm saying that from that perspective. Obviously, I don't want lower functioning autistic people to die. I'm saying it's like, I would be in a position of privilege if there was a eugenics movement against autistic people. But like, I don't want that to happen regardless. I don't want there to be racism. Just because I'm white and it doesn't affect me doesn't mean I don't want there to be racism. Like, it's like, I don't want people to get hurt. Just because, even if it doesn't affect me, it's like, I don't know. Like, people should just not be assholes to people. It's like, how hard is it to just accept that people are different from you, and that's okay, and people have unique challenges and struggles, and they need help in certain areas. It's like, there's a difference between equal and fair, right? It's like the philosophy of like, if something's equal, it's like, oh, the short person and the tall person both get crates to stand on. But if it's fair, the short person gets 2 crates to stand on. It's like, that's how it is. It's like, I believe not just like, oh, equal rights, like, I believe things need to be fair because people have different types of needs. Like, someone with high functioning autism or ADHD is going to have specific needs, and those things should be recognized and accommodated. And that's what I mean about like, it is so hard. It almost feels like an invisible demographic of like the people who are like high functioning. And I want to be clear, I'm not trying to victimize myself and say like, oh, people who are air quotes lower functioning or like level 2, level 3 autism. I'm not saying that those people do not deserve, or not that they do not deserve, obviously they deserve rights and they deserve respect, but also like that those people have their own unique challenges, which, the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. Like, those people would probably kill to be higher functioning. So some of them would be, and that, that's totally understandable. And I'm just saying, I'm not trying to compare suffering, and I just want to be very, very clear. But it's like, if you are like visibly disabled, or like, and I don't just mean like visibly like, oh, you can see it, but I mean, if you talk in a way that like, okay, you have some sort of speech impediment, or you have some sort of intellectual issue with how you talk, right? People know that. And obviously there are still going to be awful people who are going to like target you, right? And that's terrible. But it's like, it's easier to get help for a disability if you're like visibly disabled. It's like, oh, you're disabled, okay, you need help. It's like, if you are high functioning and you are like constantly fighting off panic attacks and like you're just like going to work and like chilling, same thing about like people who have like crippling depression and they just get up, they go to work, they do their shit, and like, you know, it's such an invisible, it's like people think, oh, you're fine, you're totally fine. And it's like, no, they're not, you're not fucking fine just because you, it's like, oh, you don't need accommodations because you can do the things that other people can do. It's like, yes, I can do the same shit that like a neurotypical person can do, but it causes me more stress, it makes me more burnt out, and I can't work, like I cannot work as many hours because I get burnt out faster, or like I can only handle so much noise, I can have to work shorter shifts in type of job where it's going to be noisy, because like I'm going to like get overstimulated. So like just because I can do something, I remember like 3-4 years ago I tried to apply for like disability, and I was like, I can work up to 30 hours a week because I at the time I was, and I actually couldn't work 30 hours a week in that job. I was just being forced to because that job sucked. But it was like, they're like, you're not disabled enough because you can like work, and I'm like, okay, in what? Even if I could work consistently 30 hours a week, which I can't, in terms of like customer service job anyway, I could do it like in a writing job or some shit. But like, even if I could work consistently 30 hours a week, who can afford rent on 30 hours a week? Like, yeah, I know that that's like, I'm living with family, so like I'm not worried about rent at this time, but it's like, it is relevant. Like, it's like, they're like, oh, you don't need disability because you can work 20 to 30 hours a week. Like, no, that doesn't cut it. You can't afford to pay rent. You can't afford to live on 20 to 30 hours a week. If you're paying any sort of rent or like fees, you know, tuition, whatever you're paying, you can't afford that. And it's like, it's bad. It's really bad. And it's just like, the economy is really bad. It's like neurotypical people also can't afford shit. Like, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it makes it that much harder when you're, I guess I'm saying like it's easier to get, and I'm not saying it's easy to get disability if you're like completely disabled and can't work. Obviously it can still be hard to get disability, but I mean, it's like, okay, you can't work, you're clearly eligible for like disability, versus it's like, okay, you can work, you're totally fine, you're 100% fine. It's like either 0 or 100, and it's like, I am operating at like 80%, like, and people expect me to be operating at 100%, if that makes sense. And this isn't about like intelligence, it's just about like my ability to like function is like let's say like 0% is like, you can't work at all, you can't do things for yourself, like you need a constant caregiver, right? 100% is someone who's like completely neurotypical, no mental health issues, extroverted, able to just endlessly like work and just, you know, it's like I'm operating at like that 80%. I'm like, I'm able to like do most things, but it's just a matter of how long I can do them and how burnt out I get doing them. And people don't see that. They're just like, you're totally fine, you're totally fine, you don't need these accommodations, you don't need help because you're totally fine. And I just want to say, I'm going through the housing process, and again, it's a super stressful thing because it's like, if I might have to get an off-campus apartment and then deal with that potential terrible landlord, potential terrible roommates. It's like, it's bad. But it's like, in Europe, like, they don't even do roommates, they just have single rooms. And when I say roommates, I mean housemates. Like, I'm gonna have my own room, that's the whole point. But if I get an off-campus apartment and have bad housemates, that's what I'm worried about. But like, it's literally just like, I'm afraid. It's like this thing of like how they word it on all the applications and stuff. It's like, would this be beneficial even though it's isolating? It's like, unless you are like extremely extroverted, I can't see how it's healthy for anyone to have to share a bedroom with someone else, unless it's like your romantic partner or whatever, which is a whole different thing. But like, even then, I wouldn't. Even if I had a romantic partner, I wouldn't share a bedroom with them because I need my own space. That's how I am. But like, you know, I can understand sharing a bedroom with siblings or sharing a bedroom like a romantic partner. Okay, that's different. But like sharing a bedroom with someone that you don't know, or even someone you do know, even if it's a friend, it's like this is why people should always live together before they get married, because then you don't know who you don't really know who you're marrying until you. Anyway, that I'm getting off topic, but like it's like these colleges want to spread this message of like, but we're doing it for community. If you don't have a roommate, you're isolated. It's like, bitch, you're doing it to cram people in like sardines, bitch. You're doing it because you want fucking money and you want to make everyone. It's a cheap ass shit, and I don't even know why. Part of me just wishes I'm not in school, or I just was like 100% online. But like asynchronous schooling is fucking hell for me, by the way. So like I need to be in person for classes. I just wish that community colleges were 4 years and that like you could commute to colleges for 4 years. I don't know. I don't know. It's bad. Like why don't they offer 4 year community college? I mean, I'm sure they have them somewhere, but like where I live, they don't. It's like just give me that opportunity. Like I should not. I want to be able to take in person classes, but without having to live with strangers and just it's bad. Um, um, I hate it. It makes me feel sick, and I just I'm going on a whole ass rant, but like this is all the shit I'm just stressed about, and I need to get it off my chest. And I just need to tell you guys, I have no idea when YouTube stuff will happen. I have no idea. Um, and yeah, that's kind of it. I kind of ranted for longer than I meant to, but I have to go and actually do stuff. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. So at least you get the idea of how I'm feeling. Bye.